Hi guys, so today I kind of wanted to do like a rant video because people are just dumb. I mean, I could tell you that, anybody could tell you that, but like honestly, until you've worked customer service, you don't realize like the capacity of dumb within most people.
Who says I can't get stoned? Turn off the lights and
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I love my job, you know, they're cool, customers are really nice, they're just like, sometimes I'm like, what is wrong with you? So I'm a gas station attendant, and I've had like 1,000 jobs. I'm not gonna tell you what I've worked, but I've worked in clothes stores, I've worked at fast food, I've worked at a gas station, you know, and if you've ever worked in customer service, you understand the dumb people. So, customer service prods. There's like 1,000 scenarios I'm sure you've encountered working customer service. And like, the first thing that really annoys me that people do, I'll be sitting there and I'll be like, oh hi, your total, you know, is $46.31, and they'll like throw the dollar bills onto the counter. Like, I am not a stripper. I am not gonna grab your money off that counter like I'm desperate for it. Or people who have those little, like, old people do this all the time, they have those little money bags, and they, like, fling the coins onto the counter. So you have to, like, literally pick every single one up. That annoys me. I won't even get started on people that pay for things and change. I had one lady literally prepay probably, like, $30 of gas in change. Straight up quarters. My till was overflowing. I didn't even know what to do with them all. I was like, what the hell do I do with all these? Oh my goodness. This one time, a story about this lady. I don't even know why she came to the gas station. So she comes in, she's older, you know, obviously, and so she comes in, she got her credit card, and she's like, oh hey, I just need cash back. And I was like, oh okay, cool. So like, just slide your card and off you go. So she slides in, she presses credit, and I was like, oh actually you need to press debit to get into it. That's just how it is, because debit means it's a cash card, not a credit card, you know. So she's like, oh, okay, so I cancel it. So she slides again, she presses credit again. Like, okay, no, like cash card, credit card, okay, they're different. She's like, oh, okay, sorry about that, sorry, let me try it again. So, okay, so she slides her card, she presses credit again. Listen, lady, you got one job, you press debit. That's all you gotta do. So, I cancel again, she slides it, so I press debit, and I reach over the counter and I press debit, you know, so we got that far. And so she goes in and asks for your PIN number. And so generally, like, if there's not a PIN for your credit card, it won't ask. So she's like, oh, I don't know what my PIN number is. So I was like, oh, okay, I don't know. So I asked the lady who's working with me, she's older, her name's Kathy, she's really cute. So I was like, oh, hey Kathy, this lady doesn't know her PIN number. And Kathy's like, oh, you don't know your PIN number to this girl? And she's like, oh, no, I know it. Then why did you just ask me? Why? So she types in her PIN number, you know, and all of a sudden the card gets declined after 20 minutes of that work. I was like, okay, your card got declined. And she's like, oh, that's fine, I didn't need cash anyway. Why did you come into this store? I want to know. Why? So this one guy comes in all the time. And so he'll like creepily lean over my counter like, your eyes are so beautiful. You know, like I'll take compliments and stuff, but he does it like every day. And I'll hand him his change. And he'll just still be there like, please leave. Thank you. Have a good day. And so he just sits there. So he does it all the time. And so one day he comes in and he's acting like a total ass. Like he's like, slams down, he like looks at me and he's like, I want cigarettes. And it's like, okay. Like obviously it's not like generic cigarettes or name brand. Like there's a lot of different kinds, you know. And so it's like, okay. Like what kind do you want? He's like, how do you not know what kind I want? Okay, excuse me for not knowing, you know, the 10,000 customers that I see every single day, every kind of cigarette that they smoke. Like, excuse me, sir, that I don't pay attention to that. Like, God, fire me, you know. And so he's like, I want Parliament Lights. God, you're so dumb. Like, I'm dumb? I'm dumb. Okay, gotcha. So I put it in there, and then he proceeds to pay me in all change for the cigarettes, like $8 and change. Like, whatever gets you out of here fast enough. And then he yells at me to grab him a pen. So I get him a pen, and he takes one of the children's stickers out of the bucket, and he writes his phone number on it and hands it to me. Yep, I'm definitely gonna call you. Super attractive and clearly have a good money management system since you're paying for cigarettes and change. Okay, you're a freaking winner. Alright, sounds good. Or like old people come in the store all the time, and they never know how to pump gas. So we have like a little call attendant button, and so I'm sitting there helping a customer, also hear beep, 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 and it's super loud. So the customer's like, what is that? Is that your fire alarm? I'm like, no, it's a customer not knowing how to pump gas. So I'm like, hi, welcome to Little Dukes. And then they're like, the pump's not working. Did you select your grade? No. Select your grade. And then they're like, okay, thanks, it's working now. There's instructions on the pump, kids. It's right there. Or they like literally can't figure out what a grade is, or they can't figure out what the handle is, or they can't figure out what their car is. And they press the button so many times that I literally have to go outside, get them to stop pressing the button. I have to walk away from my cashiering thing, and then pump their gas for them. I've literally done it a ton of times, and it sucks in the middle of winter when you're freezing. You have to go out there in your little t-shirt and, you know, little shoes and your little work uniform, and you have to go pump gas for people. Like, guys, you gotta get it together. It's really not hard. There's instructions all over, like how to do it, you know? And this one time, this guy comes in about his gas, right? And he's like, your pump's not working. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, excuse me, sir. And then a lady comes in directly there, because it's a video store as well, and she's yelling at me that her movie didn't work. And I was the only person in the store at that time, so I was like, okay, I can only handle one person yelling at me at one time, so please wait. So I help her, and I'm like, hey, I can exchange your movie, you just grab another one. So she's yelling at me, she doesn't want to watch another movie, she wants her money back. So I'm trying to do that refund. So I got like one person on this side of the counter, one person on this side of the counter, both just screaming at me. So this one guy's like yelling at me, he's like, hey, your pump's not working. And I was like, well, what happened? I put my credit card in and it stopped pumping gas. And I was like, well, did you put it in your car? Oh, I don't want it anymore. I'm not getting gas here. I just don't want someone to use my credit card. I'm like, well, did you cancel the transaction? He's like, yeah, duh. Like, well, then no one's gonna use your credit card. Someone's gonna pump gas on my credit card. Don't hand someone your credit card then. Duh. And so I'm helping that lady. Finally, she leaves, and then he yells at me. He's like, "You don't care about my problem. I'm getting a manager." Like, where's your manager? And I'm like, well, I'm working alone right now. You can talk to the whole store manager. He's over there. So it's freaking me. He's like, "You don't even care." It's like, well, no, I don't. Sorry, I don't care. Actually, I was like, go. He's yelling at me. He's like, "You don't care about my problems. I'm gonna go tell your manager that you suck at your job." Okay, thank you. Trying to help this other lady who's yelling at me first. Like, honestly, I have to ask people, you know, every customer comes in and say, hey, do you have gas? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, okay, do you have a coupon for it? And they're like, no. I'm like, okay. So then I go over to the machine, get their gas, come back and type it in, and then they start yelling at me. They're like, I had a 5-cent off. Why didn't you plug it in there? Why did you say no? It just asked. Or people who do the opposite, and I'm like, hey, do you have a coupon? And they're like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, okay, so I'm waiting, and they never pull it out. It's like, do you have a coupon? And they're like, yeah. I just never even try to go for the bag. Okay. So then I come back, I'm still waiting, and I type in the numbers, and I'm like, hey, you got that coupon? You know, never hand it to me. After I check out other stuff and stuff. And then I get to the end, they slide their card, I hand them a receipt, and then they go, oh, you never put in my coupon. Where was it? You never even handed it to me. Like, why? Huh. I just have this look on me that says, like, tell me about your life. In the 30 seconds, I'm checking you out right now. So I'll be sitting there, and some lady will put all her stuff on the counter, and she'll just be like, hey, you know, my mom just died of breast cancer, and I'm having a terrible day. I think I put my dog down, too. You know, it just kind of sucks. And I haven't even, like, as a cashier, I didn't even get to ask them how they were yet. Like, they just let their stuff down and started telling me. I was like, well, now my day sucks. I'm sorry. I don't know what to say. I don't really know you. This is weird. Okay. Do you want a hug? I have a child's lollipop in the back. Do you want that? This is weird. Awkward. Okay. Or the worst kind of person to ever check out. Ever. Is that person that sits on their phone. You know? They take the whole basket of crap and they put it on your counter, right? And they're on their phone the whole time. And you're waiting, you're like, I actually have things to say to you. And, you know, it's not like a hidden secret, like, like, people don't know not to be on their phone. Like, it's pretty known to, like, not be on your phone when you're checking out somewhere. Like, it's kind of a douchebag thing to do. And so, they just, like, toss all their basket on the counter, and they're, like, sitting there, and, like, talking on the phone. Like, as if I have to literally undo everything for them, bag it up, move the basket back, pull it out, do everything for them, and they just, like, on their phone, like, this is leisure time or something. So, like, I'll do it, and I'll be like, hey, do you want a bag? Do you have gas outside? And they're not answering me. They're like, yeah, no, I'm listening. Yeah. Uh-huh. I have things to say here, man. That's rude, okay? I got things to do. Like, I'm not just gonna, do your laundry while you text. Come on. So finally I get to the end, and then they're, like, yelling at me, like, I had a coupon for that. Well, for one, where is it? And two, why are you still on the phone? Come on. I ain't your slave. You gotta help out a brother. This ain't about you, Gas station attendants have feelings too, World out there. I just, coming home every day from my job, I rant to my mom about this, and I tell her, and that poor woman has listened to me, literally every single day for the last 8 months that I come home from work, and I rant about what some dumb person did today. So, now I get to tell you. So good job for watching this video. I'm really proud of you. Thank you.